you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What you got?
Hey, got a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Okay, I'm missing some sheep. Have you seen anything?
I keep an eye out for them, but I've seen pellets. Like normal sheep been getting out, but no, I'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I'm missing. I mean, I know the goats have been over a time or two,
Yes, sir.
but I'm missing about 8 head.
You're missing 8 sheep. Okay, I'll look around. I'll ride at least when I get home. And Boomler right now with the fair.
Okay,
But I'll go look at everything and see if I can find something for you.
okay, all right. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you. Well, the sheep search. Try saying that 5 times fast. Still continues. Reached out to our neighbor. Said he saw something the other day, but unfortunately, we've tried to stop it, but unfortunately, our goats still manage to cross over to his place from time to time. And he said he saw something the other day, but being used to seeing the sheep or seeing the goats, he didn't pay that much attention. We've got some hay we got to get unloaded. I tarped it. I'm glad I did because we did have some showers come through. So hopefully it's still dry. We've had several showers come through. Actually, none of them lasted very long, but I was definitely glad to see the rain. If we have to sacrifice a handful of hay bales to get some rain, I'm almost good with that. Anyhow, let me get the truck turned around here, get the trailer hooked up. Yeah, I forgot to change hats. So, guess I'm going to be messing up another good hat. Because it's hot. I want to start off by saying that all of you that have reached out to us concerning the sheep that are missing, we really do appreciate you reaching out to us and your concern for the situation. All I can say, unfortunately, on this update right now is, as of yet, still none have been found. Alerted the neighbors, just in case anything turns up there. I'm not really expecting it to, though. And I say that just because, well, for one, I've not found any places in the fence that the sheep could that easily penetrate through. Goats, yes, because goats have proved themselves that they can pretty much worm their way out of a keyhole if they want to. But the sheep are a lot less challenging to the fences. And so, as far as finding something that would just say, yep, I bet you that's where they slid through, I can find absolutely nothing. So I guess you could say in a nutshell, as far as the sheep are concerned, we've not been able to find anything dead or alive. I'll just put it point blank. Uh, so what happened? We don't know exactly. Did find some odd things in that field. The circular pattern, where apparently they had run in circles enough to trample the grass down. And then the odd droppings that I found in the corner of the field, right at the gate. Still not sure what that was, if that was a coyote or if it was a bear, coon, not real sure. I do know that it was made up mainly of berries, grains, and nuts. So that could apply to any of those. So that's all we know right now. But if we learn anything else, we will sure let you know. Last couple of days, thank you. Yesterday and today, this is my third year of doing the ring announcing for the local fair, which I do enjoy doing. It can be a little nerve-wracking, making sure you get all the names right and everybody in their rightful place. So it can be a little nerve-wracking, but I do appreciate the Fair Association for inviting me to be part of the fair. It's always fun to see the young people, and many of them have been showing for several years. So it's always nice to see how they progress as they mature in both showmanship and personally. So to the Fair Association, thank you for allowing me to be part of it. Just got home from the early session today, which included the dairy cattle and the dairy goats, which I enjoyed greatly. This afternoon, we're going to be doing, oh hush. This afternoon, we're going to be doing the meat goats, and the sheep will be coming up this afternoon. So, I've got to get some things done and get ready to head back to the fair. I've got about an hour and 45 minutes, and I need to be heading back to the sale barn. I've got about an hour and 45 minutes, and then I'll need to be heading back to the fair barn for the last section for tonight, which will be the meat goats and the sheep this evening. Oh my. The cupboard's getting bare. Well, videoing has been quite sporadic this past week. Had just so many different things going on that we didn't really have anything to completion. So it's just been kind of scattered around here. You know, sometimes you go through times on the farm, and pardon the head cold, but you go through times on the farm where you seem like you're doing nothing but putting out fires. And that's kind of what it seems like we've been doing this past week. But what we've been working on now, if you'll remember a few videos ago, we had a water leak, and I dug this up and never could quite determine where the leak was. I watched it and I bailed water and I bailed water for like 6 hours. Never could figure out where the leak was. Well, do you see that? There are 2 pipes here. Could have thunk. So, this pipe right here was the first one I found. And I thought, okay, I'll just watch it. I opened up this pit. I'll watch it to see if it's seeping from some direction. And I never could figure it out. Of course, it was raining that day, and so it was kind of hard to tell where the water was coming from, even though it did keep filling up. I just couldn't find it. Well, we finally had a pipe break last night. Came out here, and it's like, wait a minute. That pipe is here, that pipe is here, and the water was boiling out over here. And I'm like, seriously? So I go over there and start digging, and look what I found. Yep, one half of that T was just flat snapped off. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 hours, is digging around in the mud, trying to get, if you've ever tried to replace a T, you know as well as I do that it is not easy. It's bad enough doing a straight line, but with a T, you've got to make sure you've got enough wiggle room on both sides to get them into the connectors, and I'm never really sure how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do you do the straight run through the T first so that you can get those attached, and then do the T? I don't know. but I always wind up seeming like I have to stretch the pipe up, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break it to try to get the ends to come together. You know what I'm talking about, to slide them into that connector. And I got it done. Like I said, it took me about 2 hours, but I got it done. I'm just waiting a few minutes for the cement to set. So we're just about ready to go turn the water on. It's been about 20 minutes since I finished it. And I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that took care of it. Like I said, it was really tight trying to get it all fitted in there, but I'm hoping. I have to admit, it kind of scared me last night, because I hate to say it, but we have had to turn this water off and on several times over the last a few years. Last night I was having a very difficult time getting it off, and it was starting to concern me a little bit. Okay, you're gonna have to hang on because this old man's gotta get up. And you know how that goes. There went a nice truck. Boy, too bad I didn't catch that. That's been on a couple minutes. If I can get on up. Nice truck. That's the one truck my grandpa had. It's sure been nice to have some rain. We had rain come through yesterday. Started early yesterday morning, and it continued quite a while throughout a big part of the day. Just some nice little showers here and there. So the yard's starting to green up again. I'm hoping that that one break there was all. So far so good. It'll take it a few minutes to refill the hot water heater and get pressure back on the lines, but so far. Well, my wife said that looks like we have another calf on the ground, so head out there and check on her. Of course, she was in the middle of the pasture, but by the time I get down here, she's moved to the end. That's a long walk when you're not expecting it. Tracy and them got in the car and drove down. Huh? So that's nice. Maybe hitching a ride back. Yep. Sure is. Good job, Layla. Huh? Good job, Layla. He's over in the shade over there.
Her back's pretty full too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So you're not going to be friendly now, huh? No? Okay. You're not going to be friendly now? No? Nope. She said leave me alone. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Cool. Good job. Oh, Layla. Wow. What? Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's her first. Well, good for her first calf. She had a good little one.
Not bad for a heifer calf.
It's her first baby.
Alright, so that's our second calf to be born since the cows came home from their winter pasture. So cool. Other one about 3 weeks ago, something like that. Something like that. She doesn't have just a huge bag yet, but he's found the dinner plate. You know, with heifers, sometimes it can take a little encouragement to start the process of milk production. So the fact that he's found the nipple just fine, he's nursing good, that will also help stimulate her in coming on into her milk. So he's a talker. The other one I worried about so much because he wasn't, and just didn't seem very lively for the first week that he was on the ground. Well, last night I came out here while we were feeding, and since we've had some cooler weather, it's barely in the 80s today, and he was running circles around the pasture and bucking and kicking and all that, so he was sure feeling good. So calf number 2. Other possibilities, we have one more, I think, that trying to remember who had already calved when they went over, or who calved after they went over. What I'm trying to think. Roxy, Cole, and Jet, I think, all calved after they went to her son's place. So 8-10 weeks after that, maybe for them to return to heat. So we'll see. So of the ones that were most likely open when they went to our son's place, that basically leaves Joe. Joe, if you'll remember, this is kind of her critical mass year. She had a calf last year. You'll remember Squirt. You can find the video of Squirt. I think the title of that one was Hello World. Yeah. Tiny little calf, kind of like that one. And kind of like her mama. Her mama's kind of small too. Anyway, that didn't have a good end. So this year is going to kind of be Joe's make or break year. If she has a calf and it does well, it performs, grows, to where we can get to sale with her, or it, him, her, whatever it is, then that may be your saving grace this year. But after Squirt, Joe's just different. Most of our other cows are very good mamas. They're very attentive. Joe, I don't know. I don't know if it's because she really didn't have the role model of the mother. Because if you'll remember, it's believed that when we had a flood here a few years ago, that her mama was lost in the flood. So she pretty much had to survive on her own for a couple weeks before she was located, before the guy realized that there was a baby out there without a mama. And so I don't know, like I said, if it's just because she didn't have that role model. She just she's different, you know. She's a very hands-off approach. They nurse, and then she just kind of leaves them. So we lost Squirt a couple months after birth, and that was a sad day, very much so. We had gotten very attached to Squirt. We tried to nurse her back to health, but it was just too much too late. Anyhow, y'all remember Muffin? Y'all remember Muffin? Yeah. Muffy's one of our sweet girls from our last lambing groups. She had a hard start. Yeah, she's doing good. Still loves her scratches. Yep, she does. Still loves her scratches. A lot of times they'll be easy to handle when they're little. Yeah, but as they grow, they tend to kind of get over it a little bit. But she hasn't. That's her Muff. Oh, Muffin. Oh, Muffin. Yeah. Oh, bright-eyed Muffin. Oh, bright-eyed Muffin. Yeah, I gotta get your feet trimmed too. We sure do. Gotta get your feet trimmed too. You're such a pretty girl. You are. You're such a pretty girl. She said, don't stop. Yes, he's a mess.